So yesterday a car pulled in. I thought it was you. It was a lady making a payment on your RV.
Yeah, because they sold it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find out how they did that without the title.
Well, I don't have to have a title whenever someone brings it in. So Jonathan brought it in. I'm the one that took it in.
Hang on. Before you say anything else,
What's that?
before I say anything else, I mean to let you know my body cam is recording.
We're recording because
I haven't.
he's recording.
I am law enforcement.
Okay.
So
I don't know if Jonathan told you that. My body cam is
Well, then
recording.
no, I'm gonna have to get a lawyer then. We're gonna do it with a lawyer first.
Okay, let me go call who has
Matt,
called me, and I'm
okay.
going to report it
Matt,
sold.
stop. We
Okay.
need to get this resolved. Okay, so
Yeah.
Jonathan wasn't supposed to sell our RV.
Babe, I'm not doing this.
Stop. Okay, so Jonathan was supposed to trade the RV for services, and when he completed the services with us, he
Yes,
needed the title.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Hey, don't say, let's go here. Buddy, I'm not trying to, by any means.
No, I'm just calling Chris
You're gonna
Connie.
win, but-
I'm calling Chris Connie.
We're just upset about the whole thing. Jonathan took apart our car, made a pacemaker, put it back together because he didn't finish the services he was
Yeah.
supposed to do. And then Kriby,
Okay,
and
good,
then,
Chris.
Cody said that it wasn't sold, and then we saw it sold on Facebook, and so that's why we're just trying to, you know.
All right, so let me tell you that happened. And first of all, I didn't know anything about anything. So Jonathan came to me, he came here one day, and he saw it, he pulled it in, and you're not recording, are you?
No,
Right?
No.
he's not recording.
Yeah, I mean, so he came in, and he said it was his, it had salvage title, they wanted to put it for sale. And then, that part, you got the title, so that's between you and that part's between you and Jonathan.
Okay.
So Corey calls me one day and says, hey, will Jonathan pay $5,000 for this RV? And I said, we call Jonathan, because at the time I'm thinking, I've known Jonathan for 5 years, and he is going to not show up on time, and that's why he did work for me. I was general manager at RV Station. I understand you're not happy with those guys either. Yeah, so anyway, he was my best tech.
Yeah.
I had to pay him $10.99 because he couldn't make work.
That's part of the problem with us too, with him working on it for the station. He's a hazard, he leaves things open, and all this stuff, and get the water, stuff like that, like it's just.
Right.
And
So
with him being sick, I'm not at home all the time to follow behind him, so.
right. So he brings it here and we put it out there. It's normal. I mean, it's very normal. About half my assignments we don't have. And also I would trust, and it's the guy who taught me to do this PPNL. I mean, you don't have to have someone's title, but something like this happens, then it would be it'd be some crazy civil case, and you don't want to. It would be
Yeah, my
insane.
dad-
Putting all Jonathan is that's but I'm kind of trying to think order. So I got this place came up for lease, or they came for lease deal. It's been here for a while, I think. And so while I was in the process of getting my I got this first. Usually you're like the first big get it.
Correct.
So that's why you haven't seen me, or I didn't until I got my license. I didn't. I wouldn't come in here. I didn't do anything.
Right.
So Corey called me one day, and it says on the website that you could sell a couple while you're in the process, but I chose not to do that because that's a gray area. And the gray area always seems to bite me a little bit, like this, right? Because I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Right.
But I will make sure you get taken care of, for sure.
Okay.
Whenever I tell you where it is and what happened, then you tell me what you want done, and then I'll be the one to.
Yeah, we were told, Cody or Corey, whatever his name is, says it's on a property in Belleville, so.
It was. I live in Belleville. It was. It was. He paid my father to fix something. There was something wrong with it, and it was. So Corey was stretching the truth. Corey did a lot of things. Corey's no longer with me. So whenever I got my license, then Corey gets involved, and I mean I get a little involved, and I'm finding all kinds of stuff. It's like someone did do that maybe didn't plan on they were here long term. So he called me and asked me, "Will Jonathan take $5,000 for this, and then $2,000 on payments?" I called Jonathan. Jonathan said no. I called Corey. Jonathan said no. This time I didn't even know y'all's situation at all. And I told him not to. Well, Corey did. He sold it for $5,000 and $2,000, $7,000, $5,000 down, $500 a month for 4 months. That, I guess I can go, I can give them their money and get it back. I can, I mean, what we all think?
We could have sold it out. We could have sold ourselves. We had a buyer for 10. Okay, if it is, with the way it was. Because it had a very expensive battery on it. It had a $2,000 battery on it.
I saw that.
Okay, it had
And
several TVs in it.
we were lied to by telling him about that battery. He said that battery was not compatible with the Montana, even though
We
it,
bought a brand new 2004
Oh, you have to put it on in Montana?
They told us we couldn't.
But
But then we found out
then-
later we could, so we would have kept that battery and put another battery on it before we sold it to the other person. They knew that was a possibility. Because when we lived at the other RV park, somebody was willing to buy it, or we didn't even have to move it or nothing. They were just gonna pull it to another site or put the site in their name, whatever. And they had extra TVs in there, we had computer monitors in there, several stuff too, that Jonathan was using in trade as well, you know, because it
Right.
just left, because we hung nice TVs in there, because we got it, it had no TVs or nothing. We didn't even know how to salvage title when we got it, till we got the title in the mail, so we've had to deal with the people in Humboldt on that. Because they lied to us and told us it was a salvage title, they didn't tell us it was a salvage title, we would have never bought
I
it.
mean, we paid 30 grand for
Yeah,
it.
because we paid $30,000 for it a year ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Although it was from, what's it called?
VH.
It's a great floor plan.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but that's why we wanted, because it had a bunk room, you know, so when my grandkid came, and,
Right.
you know, a place for the dogs to play, and we had a big enough space, you know, and it folded out to be, which we didn't find this out till we had it for a few months, it folded out to a bed in the living room, you know.
Because that
things
guy
like
did not know that.
Yeah.
We asked him that, and
And
he's
so,
like, no, don't
that's
force.
why we were frustrated, because we had a buyer, and Jonathan was like, no, I'll trade it for services, you know, because my husband has a 19 or 17 Tahoe that needed to have some repairs done to it, he says, okay, I'll come do that.
Oh, he's good, oh, okay.
Okay, so he was gonna do that.
There's nothing I can do, that's all, that's,
I know,
he did it for me,
but
that's all.
he told us he was gonna park it over here. He didn't say he was gonna sell it.
Okay.
He said he had a buddy that had
And
an RV on it.
I do let him, he's got,
Right.
that one over there is his brother, that cougar.
And so he said, yeah, he goes, I'm just gonna park it over here for a little bit, and then, you know, if, you know.
And then once you sign over the title,
Yeah, and I'll
Right.
sign over the title when the services were done. Then the next thing you know, we see it on Facebook Marketplace that it sold for 15. So we come over here, how did you sell it without a title? You know, and Corey or Cody or whatever, he's saying, oh, we didn't sell it, it's on somebody's property in Belleville, we're just cleaning it up. But I was like, well, I didn't agree to any of the cleanups because.
and
like I
all the
said,
pictures was really clean
And I
already.
explained to him too, we had a buyer. If I'd known Jonathan was gonna do this, I just would've sold it to that guy
Yeah.
there and been done, you know, we wouldn't have to worry about it. So that's why we're.
He was gonna buy it for his kids. The guy that wanted to take it for
Yeah.
10 grand. He was
He was
like,
gonna buy it for his kids.
I'm gonna put my kids at the on the side of the RV park because
they
they're
can-
teenagers.
Well, you definitely are the victim, I mean, and.
Right, and so that's why we're frustrated, and then when we called Jonathan told us to report it stolen. He said, just report it stolen, it was there, I don't know what happened to it.
I think it's Max, you got Corey.
And then I told Corey, I was like, I'm gonna report it stolen then, because we have the title, that's not right. And he's like, no, we have it, don't report it stolen. So like I said, we've been doing this now for 2 months now,
Yeah,
so we need to get this
he did a lot of
resolved.
stuff that, I mean,
So,
that's why I'm locked up, I
and it's
don't
not,
understand this.
it's not the buyer's fault that bought it. So,
Oh, no.
I have a license plate for you for it.
yeah, we have
I have a
license plate
title for you that we can both sign the title.
I mean, it's not the buyer's fault. I
No,
don't,
no,
I don't
no,
wanna
no, no.
rip a home from somebody, cause it's not their fault that
So,
the
okay,
salesman on the back end did something shady. But we wanna get paid, we wanna get
I understand.
compensated for it.
I understand, so I was thinking here, it's all your choice.
And
The
see,
way I see it, it's all
right,
your
and
choice.
since we're moving to Tennessee, we need to get this resolved, cause we're trying to get out by the end of the month. I'm finishing up my contract at Methodist, and we're trying to leave. He's very sick. He just got out of the hospital. He's on
I'm
home
sorry.
on palliative care, and we're trying to get him to a VA hospital up there.
Where?
A VA hospital in Tennessee. See
Okay,
if
I'm gonna go to
Clarksville-
Fort Campbell.
Yeah, Fort Campbell, to see if they can do something better that our hospitals here can't do.
y'all got a Montana?
Yeah, we bought a 2024 Montana from
From,
RV Station, which has had nothing but problems since we got it.
that's what Jonathan said, yeah. Yeah, they don't really help, do they?
No.
That's one of the reasons that, you know, so I cut a really good deal on them for, I wouldn't even plan on going back in the RV industry, and then I worked a show for them about 5 years ago, and they paid me real good. And then whenever COVID went away, and you know, it was a little time, long story short, they're not, one of my big gripes with them, they're all of them are from, they're like Camping World rejects. They're people that didn't make it to Camping World, but they try to enforce that Camping World, you know. As a matter of fact, they told me to tell a customer once that they asked if they had a guarantee on a used fifth wheel, how long the guarantee was, and they said if they pull off the line in it, if it breaks in half, come and call 2 reps.